What is up, everybody? 𝐼𝐶𝐭 here. Thanks for tuning in for another video. In this video, I'm out here at a service call to replace a pump conduit, which I'll show you why here in a second. But when I started tracing everything back, there's basically everything that could be wrong is wrong here. So I want to show you guys what is wrong, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it and show you guys sort of like a before and after, what is improper compared to proper. So let's go and take a look at this electrical.
All right, so I'm out here at the pump. We'll zoom in a second, but long story short, during our estimates, we don't take anything apart. We don't want to risk breaking anything, especially since we don't have an established business relationship. And that happened, long story short, because years and years and years ago, I lifted up a timer safety screen, one of these guys here, to lift it up to check out the electrical in the timer box, and it broke. It was an old, brittle safety screen. The client was absolutely, or potential client was absolutely mad about it. So I had to go and buy one. And from that point on, we just don't take anything apart. We do very superficial look at things. And so what brought me here today was during the estimate, I saw this liquid tight and duct tape here. And if you look under it, there's live wires. And also this conduit's not strapped down. So I'm out here to replace this, but once I started getting into the boxes, that's where stuff really got real janky, and I'm here to fix it all today. So let's go ahead and walk through all that. All right, so taking a closer look at everything, the first thing you notice is these boxes are crooked as hell. This box is crooked this way, and this box is crooked this way. And so that drives me nuts just looking at it, because I always use a level when I mount boxes, and you'll see that when I mount the new timer box. But let's start here in the sub panel, and I'll show you some things. Actually, let's start with this piece. This is absolutely hilarious. This looks like some type of connector for two pieces of hose or flexible hose, because it's got some ribbing on it to lock into the hose. It's not proper for this application at all. And what's so funny is this person, whoever installed it, it's literally just jammed in there. You can actually see the light from outside of the box coming in. So clearly this is not a waterproof connection. Plus it's not rated for pool equipment, what's needed out here. We need liquid tight and all that fun stuff. But got the ground bar here. They do have a green ground going in, which is nice. This is a tandem breaker, so they got the 120 leg going into a timer, which is fine. And then of course they have this black wire that's acting as a neutral because it's connected to the neutral bar. It's phased here, but then when we come over here in the timer box, this black wire here is the neutral wire. That's not phased, plus it's super short, like there's zero working space here. Then this is a 120 pump, like I said, because you can tell it's a 120 setup. If it's 240, we'd have wires over here. We have two red wires going here, and of course one of the red wires is going over to this quote-unquote neutral connection. This isn't phased either. Then we have this going to the neutral part of the timer. You got neutral, line 1, load 1, line 2, load 2. This is also not phased. So if anybody who just understands electrical thinks, oh, this is just black, so this must be carrying voltage, and doesn't understand this is neutral, that could be a problem. And then also they have a black wire here for ground, and the only color that could be used and it cannot be phased is green. So this is improper too. And then what's even better, they have a triple tapped lug back there, which is also not proper. So, and then also, again, someone had the genius idea of putting a lock nut here that's not actually really doing anything. And again, this is not a waterproof, watertight connection here. So that explains all the corrosion here. And then also, if you look closely at these timer lugs, if it zooms in, you can see there's a little bit of corrosion along these timer lugs, because there's just humidity from the water coming in. And then of course, if there's a serious rain event, if this so happened to fill up and go into the conduit feeding the pump, well, then you're feeding water directly to your pump, which could damage that. So there's a lot of stuff here that is bad, but we are going to correct this today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll show you, I'll do some updates throughout the video. This is not an install video. It's just more of a, hey, this is what's wrong. This is how it needs to be corrected. and all that fun stuff. Oh, and then lastly, I'm sorry, you always like to try to give about 6 inches of wire coming out of the box for working space. So if we need to make a cut here and there, there's space to do that. The way this is right now, you can't do that because you have literally an inch or so of wire, maybe 2 inches of wire here to work with, and that's why this wing nut sort of just, there's no other places can go. And again, if you have to redo anything, there's no working space here. So as a contractor here in Florida, you got to bring stuff up to code. Clearly, there's a lot here out of code. So if I just simply replaced the conduit and strapped it down and made it all pretty to here, all this is still wrong, and I would be wrong for not addressing this. So the client approved everything, so we are going to go ahead and get started with this. So let's get started. All right, guys, to give you a little update here, we got the electrical removed from the back of the motor, and then we got the timer box completely removed. We got all the wiring that's feeding the timer all out as well. You know, I've never seen this before, but this has got to be some type of rubber hose adapter and connector. I'm sure this was flexible at some point, but it's been painted over and is old. But I mean, with these barbs on here, it had to be for that application, but it is not for this application, so we will get that replaced. But here's an update. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get the timer box mounted. I'm gonna try to use somewhat in the same spot. It's a tight squeeze, but gonna try to use it in the same spot, and then get some wiring from here to the timer, and then the next step after that would be feeding the conduit out to the pump. So I'll come back after I get this timer box mounted with some wiring going on. Alrighty, so here's a quick update. I got the new timer box mounted. You can see the box is nice and level. I tried to level this one, or I was going to, but if you look closely, it's stucco to the house, so I'm not trying to pull off any of his housing material. You see it's nice, tight, liquid tight, so both these boxes now are weatherproof. And then of course you can see the wiring. You see how I try to leave extra material here, so if a cut or you know, it needs to be removed or whatever, and a new cut needs to be made, there's plenty of room for that. But I got the ground right up here, got the neutral here, and then of course the 120 leg back where it originally was. And then you can see same thing here. I got a lot of extra room here, so there's plenty of workable space with the wiring. And of course this is the ground wire. In the plastic boxes, there isn't a ground lug here, so ultimately what I'm gonna do is ground the timer mechanism, bring that down to tie into here, and then when I bring the pump conduit in, I'm gonna tie it into here too, and basically have a wing nut holding those 3 wires together, and so everything's grounded the way it should be. So that's the progress as of right now. I'll give you another update here as I get further along. All right, everyone, I am basically done now, so I just want to show you the finished product. So I already showed you all the wiring in there, but see the difference here? Everything's proper. We got the neutral wires coming over here. We got the one line coming in from the panel, and then we have the one load going out to the pump. The timer mechanism is grounded. There's plenty of workable leftover wire here, so if more cuts need to be made in the future, you don't have to rewire completely from the device to the timer or the sub panel over here. So it's plenty of workable space. You can see all the grounds are wing nutted together here and just sort of tucked out of the way. And then the conduit is much different now. So you can see it's strapped down. It's I did level this as well. It's always nice to level boxes and level conduits when you're running it down. And then of course, there's no concrete pad here, but there is concrete here. So I strapped it down here, and then of course made a proper liquid tight connection there. So that is what it looks like. A couple things to point out is, you know, I know this box is pretty close to this other box. Just as long as you have a 90-degree opening like that and can have the complete face of this timer box open, you're good to go. You know, sometimes I'm sure you guys have seen timer box where you only get it open this far because there's something else in the way. That's against code. As long as it's 90 degrees, you're good. And then of course I need to finish putting the timer screen on, got to put the faceplate of a sub panel back on, but as you can tell, and then of course put trippers on and adjust the timer mechanism. But you can see everything's working fine, pumps on, so this job is complete and to code. So there it is, guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit. If you guys don't understand what I was talking about here in this video, don't touch electrical, hire a professional. Better safe than sorry, but you can see this installation looks not only much better,
but it's way safer than what it was before, and to code, of course. So stay tuned for more videos, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next video. Have a great day, everyone.